Hey, good evening. I don't know who's out there, but we'll see if somebody joins us here in a second. Uh, it's Monday the 16th of September. This is your Monday Minute. Nobody's out there yet. I don't see anybody. There's Randy. Randy, I hope you're not working. He has a lot of different hours, so he might be. There's Peggy. Hey, guys. Good to see you out there. Hey, I just wanted to touch base with you. It's Monday. This is your Monday Minute. It's kind of bright and sunny. It's late in the day, so I'm looking right at the sun. So if I squint, I'm not winking at you, Randy. Just wanted to touch base with you guys today, just to encourage you this week. It's been a good day already for me this Monday. Hey, I want to start off with National Day here. Hey, Rich Gallagher. Good to see you, buddy. Say hi to your brother for me. Today is National Guacamole Day. National Guacamole. So if you're getting ready to do some Mexican tonight, make sure you get some guacamole. And it's National Mayflower Day. There's Daryl. Hey, Daryl. National Cinnamon Raisin Day. National Step Family Day. It's National Play-Doh Day. I don't know if you guys ever played with Play-Doh when you were a kid. I had two boys. One of them decided to eat some green Play-Doh. We all know what happens when you do that. Yep, sure enough, I had green diapers. And then there's National Working Parents Day. Wow, what a day to talk about Monday Minute, encouraging you before the week gets really into it. Today is National Working Parents Day. I think we're all working parents out there doing a job and trying to make ends meet. Although it's not our job to do that. If God's our source, He's supposed to be the one that makes your ends meet. You're supposed to just be obedient to what He says and do what He tells you to do. Just like Jesus. Jesus said, I only say what I hear my Father say, and I only do what I see my Father do. Because in Him, He had no power or strength unless He did that. He was obedient. So we can do the same thing this week. I was reading the chapter today. At Faith Life Church, we read our chapters every day, Monday through Friday. And today's chapter was Acts 12. And I've read this passage before. I've never thought of it or seen it in the way that I did today. It cracked me up. I was just laughing. It's a story of Herod, and he kills James, and he wants to get Peter. And so he sends out his army. I'm going to paraphrase and be real succinct on the story, but he goes out and he sends his men out to go get Peter. And because he saw that the people were kind of, I don't know if they enjoyed, I'll have to read the passage to study it further, but he got a response out of the people when he killed James. So he thought, well, I'll take care of Peter too, and I'll be a popular guy. So he puts Peter in jail. So the angel of the Lord comes in. Peter's all tied up. He's got chains everywhere. He's got guards watching him. It's in the middle of the night, so they're kind of sleeping. But they got him all chained down. So he's tight. They're doing their job. Herod will be happy with them. And so the church was praying for Peter without ceasing. They were continually to pray about Peter and for Peter and trying to ask God, take care of Peter, get him out of the situation he's in. But they were praying unceasing for Peter. So an angel of the Lord comes and he hits Peter and wakes him up. Peter gets up and he says, "Get up." Peter says, "Oh, okay." He gets up. His chains fall off of him. He says, "Peter, gird your loins, put your robe on. Let's go. Follow me." They start walking out. The prison guards are all asleep. He walks up to the gate, and the gate opens up by itself, just like we do in our private gated areas. It opens up, and the angel of the Lord and Peter walk out, and they walk down the street, and Peter thinks he's dreaming. But then it says he comes to himself, and he realizes, hey, God did this. So he goes to find the house of Mary where the people are praying. and he knocks on the door. And this is where this kind of cracks me up. Hey Joel, how you doing, buddy? So it's Acts 12, and he gets to I think it's verse 12. He says, he came to the house of Mary, the mother of John, whose surname was Mark, where many were gathered praying together. So verse 13, it says, and as Peter knocked at the door of the gate, a damsel came to hearken, or to hear, and her name is Rhoda. And 14 says, and when she knew Peter's voice, she recognized Peter's voice, she didn't open up the door. She ran back in where the people were praying and told, hey, Peter's out at the door. Peter's at the door. I heard his voice. And they said, no, you're crazy. It ain't Peter. He's in the jail. He's under guard. He's not going anywhere. Herod's got him. Even though they've been praying to get him set free. So she keeps on saying, no, I heard him. I heard his voice. I know it's Peter. He's at the door. Then they said, well, that's not Peter. Maybe it's his angel. Maybe he's dead already. Maybe you're just hearing a voice. Blah, 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 blah. So then verse 16, this cracks me up. But Peter continued knocking at the door. He's knocking at the door. Rhoda heard him. She runs away from the door, doesn't open it up to let him in. He's knocking at the door. Hello, I'm at the door. This is Peter. Let me in. And so then they opened up the door, and when they saw him, they were astonished. And then they get so excited that Peter had to tell them, stop, shh. Keep quiet, don't wake up the neighbors, middle of the night. And he asked them to hold their peace, and then he told them the story. I just cracked up because I see Peter knocking at the door. Hello, there's a miracle. I want to tell you about it. Rhoda, come back to the door, please. Come back to the door. Open the door, Rhoda. But she didn't. She got excited. And they didn't believe her, even though they've been sitting there praying unceasingly to God to answer their prayers. So I just think it's interesting that we, especially on this day of National Working Parents Day, we've been sending a lot of prayers to the Lord, asking for Him to intervene on some things in our life, at work. And when the answer comes knocking, when the proof of what God can do for us, if we'll just ask Him to intervene in our lives, we don't answer the door. We run like Rhoda. We might be excited about it and know that it's coming, but sometimes we overlook the answer when it's standing right there knocking at the door. Maybe something that He wants us to be obedient about. Maybe He's telling us to go someplace and there'll be somebody there that you'll meet and it'll be an answer. But the miracles that are in our lives that are just waiting for us, you're praying for those answers. So expect that those answers are going to come knocking at your door. Expect them to be there when you need them to be there, because God's an on-time God. He's an overabundant God. He's the God of more than enough. And so for us to expect anything less is thinking small. It's just thinking small. So I encourage you guys this week, whatever you've been believing for, God's working for you. He's working in you. He's working on behalf of you, behind the scenes. He's making things move on your behalf. And I'm just encouraged today. I got to believe the same thing. I got to walk it out just like you guys. But this hat, I don't know, sometimes when you do these FaceTimes, you can't read it. It's backwards, but it says favored. This is from Jerry Savelle's Ministries. It says favored, and that's what I am. I'm favored. It is what it is, God. Guys, believe it. It'll come true for you. Hey, Peggy, love you too. Jeremy, hey, buddy. Peggy says, how many times are our miracles knocking at a door and all we have to do is open the door? That's right. Yeah, or we're looking out the window instead. Yeah. You know, sometimes God's working for us and we say our prayers, but we don't have an expectation that he's really going to answer them. We don't have an expectation that he's really moving behind the scenes. If you've got children that you're praying for, they're out in the world and they're not doing what they should be doing, don't give up on what you're praying. If God told you that he'll take care of it, then he'll take care of it. It's our job to just keep on believing that. And not believing in God, but believe God. Take his word as fact. That's a fact, Jack. You can take that to the bank, because God is never going to let us down. He never has let us down. He never will. And he loves your children just like you do, more than you do. And so he's going to answer your prayers. I'm believing with you guys. You can believe with me, but we're in this together, and God's going to answer those prayers. He's working in you, and he's working for you. Just an encouragement this week. Don't forget, keep your expectors on. Tomorrow your miracle's coming, or the next day, or the next day. But it's coming if you'll just keep on believing. Keep your faith out there. Don't say anything against what you prayed for. Don't let it come out of your mouth. Don't let it come out. He'll check you. He'll give you, ask the Holy Spirit to put a guard over your mouth. Make sure that if you say something that's against what you're praying for, that you take that back right away and say, Father, no, I'm still in faith on this. I'm still standing in faith and believing. I haven't seen it. It may have been 10 years ago you've been believing for something. But if he told you to believe for it, keep believing for it. It'll come to pass. But he can only work with what faith you give him. So, trust him. Hey guys, enough of this tonight. I love you. Have a great week this week. I'm praying miracles at your work, that people that you don't get along with normally or haven't gotten along with, that give you a hard time, they're going to be nice to you tomorrow and the next day. You're going to get along with them, have a lot of progress, and accomplish things this week. It's going to go well with you. I'm encouraged. You be encouraged. Love you guys. We'll see you again next week. This is your Monday Minute. Love you. Bye.